Hi guys, welcome back. This is the third time I've tried to do this intro, and no matter what happens, I'm just going to stick with it. Welcome back to my channel. This is a channel about cross stitch, and did I say my name is Crystal Rowe? Okay, well if I didn't, now you know. So it's been a week since I filmed my last video. I am going to try to do weekly videos instead of every 2 weeks because I feel like I forget so much in between. It would be I would be able to give you more information if I do it weekly. So I'm just going to see how it goes, see how it works in their schedule. I prefer to film on Thursday morning, but yesterday was not a good morning to film. Our air conditioner had broken and it was really hot, and it was just not a good day. So anyway, thank you to everybody who left your comments about answering my question on what you call your drinks, like Coke or Pepsi, and it was so fun to read all the responses of if you said Coke, Pepsi, drink. I think somebody said fizzy drink, and that was international. It was really fun. We had Canadians answer. It was awesome. I think even Australia, maybe the UK. It was so good. I really enjoyed it, and there was actually a lot of people who said pop. And it's funny because there were people who either lived close to me at some point, or lived in my area, and they did not call it the same thing that my husband calls it. So it's all relative. It's just fun to share those little things about our lives, and I really enjoy getting to know you guys better. Okay, so I'm gonna look at my notes because I still get nervous, and I'm gonna really try not to say but it is really hard when you're filming these, and I want to do a good job, but it's hard not to say because I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I'm nervous, and hopefully over time I'll get better about it. And I say a lot too. That's I say and I say I'm working on it. Okay. So instead of I said About 8:30 this morning, it is, let me look at my clock. It's almost 10 now. About 8:30 this morning, I heard drums. We live like boom boom drums. We live very close to the primary school here in my small town. There's the primary school, and then there is, across the street from the primary school, there's a small mom and pop restaurant, and then there's our house. So I heard boom boom boom. I thought, okay, wonder what's going on over at the primary school, because I knew it was probably the high school marching band. So I go outside and I start hearing sirens, and the primary school had decided to have a full-blown parade full of emergency vehicles, like the local truck towing company with tractor trailers, like full-blown tractor trailers, honking their horns, ambulances, fire trucks, police, SWAT team, the marching band. There were bucket trucks, utility trucks, backhoes, like literally everything for the primary school, which is K4 to 2nd grade, for these kids to see, which I know for them is wonderful, but we are on a different schedule. So 8:30 I'm up at 8:30, but my son is not. His internal clock is he is a night owl. So, and he's had insomnia lately, so he was tired. So I'm outside the driveway looking, and then here he comes out the door, upset, because not only did it wake him up, but sensory-wise, sirens are like the worst. We do go to the parades, but we actually live at the end of the parade route for our town. And since my husband is the mayor, he's usually in the parade, so that's really the big reason why we go to the parade, so we can see my husband and wave at him or whatever. We have ridden in the parade, but he rides in the front, and it's right behind a police car, so it's just too loud for Parker. to ride in the parade, so we don't do that anymore. But what we do is we just walk over across the street from our house to the end of the parade route, so he gets to see all the floats and everything. But by then, they usually don't have any sirens on, and the marching band has pretty much stopped playing, so he gets to enjoy the parade, but not all the noise. So that works out. Anyway, yeah, so that was a rough morning for the row house, and we're all settled down now. And I know the little kids at primary school, I could see them lined up. They were having so much fun, and I'm glad they got to do that. But that's just another reason why we homeschool, because, you know, what works for some kids does not work for all kids. So, sensory-wise, you know, that's a huge reason why we decided to homeschool. There are different reasons. Some medical, some emotional, and, you know, just different reasons. So, that's that. Anyway, after my last video, which was last Thursday, on Friday, my husband and I, we went and got our second COVID vaccine, and I was nervous because my mom and my mother-in-law both got very sick with their vaccines. One had Pfizer, one had Moderna, but they both have health problems, and, you know, they're older, and, you know, so I knew it just was different for everybody. Some people feel bad, some people don't. And we just kind of, thankfully, we did not feel horrible. We didn't get like full-blown flu symptoms or anything like that. We just felt bad. It was just a bad, you know, just a crummy weekend. Just didn't feel, we were low energy and just, you know, a little sore, a little achy, but no fevers or anything. So I was really thankful for that. But it was just a blah weekend. And see, the clouds came out, so the lighting's going to change. I do have my hot light on, so hopefully that will help with the lighting. But I wanted to participate in 24 hours of cross stitch for the first time, but because it was kind of a blah weekend, I didn't feel like keeping track of my time, because I'm up and down a lot. There might be an hour where I get up like 4 times to do something for Parker or the dogs or whatever, and then I might get like a full hour of stitching. So it just varies. I didn't feel like keeping track of that, but I did stitch over the weekend, and I did choose one project to focus on, which was Winter Rose Manor, the project that I'm working on for my mom. So I'll show that in just a minute. I made some progress on it. So that's what we did on the weekend. Just a second. Okay, so let me look at my notes. Okay, I think that's it on the life update. It's just, you know, I said this on Instagram. I've been on the struggle bus this week. I have struggled. I've just been feeling like, you know, I guess struggling with some, I hope you guys don't mind. I think we should be real. I've just been struggling with, you know, feeling anxious, depressed, those kinds of things. So I'm hoping I can come out of it. I don't know what it is. I mean, I struggle with that anyway, but it's just been worse this week. So, you know, thankfully I have my stitching to help me through. Okay. Okay, the under 1,000 subs club. I have one shout out to give, and that is ThreeTrailStitchers. I heard about them from Janet Jabber, and Janet Jabber, if you don't already watch her, please go watch Janet. She's definitely not in the under 1,000 subs club, but Janet is a wonderful person, a wonderful stitcher, and she's so supportive of new Flosstubers, and, you know, she loves sharing the love. She's huge on sharing the love, and she really does. So if you don't already watch Janet, which you probably do because you probably came to my channel from Janet, because she gave me a shout out like when I very first started my first or second video. She gave me a shout out, and I'm so thankful for that. But anyway, she talked about ThreeTrailStitchers. ThreeTrailStitchers, not Three Trails. And she said she loves watching them. It feels like she's just hanging out with her friends. And I have to agree. When I watched them, I watched my first video of theirs last night. And it just felt like I was listening to a bunch of girlfriends talk. And it was just really nice. I think it's always fun when we love watching Flosstube to see the stitching. But I've mentioned before, it also is like having a friend in the living room with you or wherever you're watching Flosstube. And especially during the pandemic when so many of us are already more isolated than, you know, we were before. And as a stay-at-home mom, I'm definitely isolated, and it really helps me to watch Flosstube and to hear people talk and just get some of that in my life, because I don't get that in my day-to-day life. My husband works all the time, which I'm very thankful for, but he has to work all the time so that I can be home with Parker. So it's just a trade-off, you know. So because I spend so much time alone, or, you know, alone with my son, Flosstube really means a lot to me in that way. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I think other people, their life situations, that is another reason why they enjoy Flosstube so much. So check out ThreeTrailStitchers and subscribe to them, please. Sam Bree, if you don't watch Sam Bree Stitches, she has a wonderful Flosstube, and she says, you know, you can subscribe to a Flosstuber and if, you know, you don't even have to watch the videos. You can support the Flosstube community by subscribing. So, you know, it gives you like a nice boost when your subscribers go up and you feel like you're doing a good job. I don't know. That's up to you. You decide what you want to do. But they have a great channel, and they talk about things other than stitching, and it's very entertaining, and I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Another Flosstuber who has 1,000 subs, but I just want to recommend her channel, is Betsy Kleger, and she is hilarious. She's just so funny, and she's authentic to herself. Not everybody has that same, you know, humor. Not everybody has a different personality, and what I appreciate about her is that she's authentic to herself, and she's hilarious, and I laugh so hard when I watch her videos. So I will link those channels below if you're not already watching them, and you know, feel free if there's a YouTuber with under 1,000 subs that you want me to check out, put that in the comments. If you have a Flosstube and you know, you want to share that in the comments, and that would be great, because everybody can, you know, check out some new Flosstubers, and you can share your channel. So if I don't think I've ever said that before, but please, if you have a Flosstube, please share it in the comments. Okay, I'm ready to get to whips, and the first whip I'll show you is my Winter Rose Manor, and that is in the project bag that I made with my Feels Like Home pattern. I think everybody probably has this chart memorized by heart, but I will show it. And I will insert a picture of where it was when I started, because it's been so long since I've shown this chart. So I'll show the before picture that I took before I started. I'm stitching this on 25 count Prim Lugana by Holt. And I can't see my phone, so I have to kind of peek around and see. Okay, so this is big because it's 25 count, which is the equivalent of 12.5 count. Mine is big. Most of them you see are like teeny tiny little Winter Rose Manors. Mine's huge. And if you're just joining me, because it's so big, I've had to buy a lot of extra floss. So basically what I did over the weekend is I filled in the windows. I already had the curtains done, but I filled in the darker color of the windows. I finished my male cardinal, and if you're new, this is a tribute piece for my mom, and the male and female cardinal represent me and my brother. My brother passed away in 2018, and I really miss him, and sometimes it's hard for me to stitch on this because I chose it as a tribute to my mom, and to have the cardinals represent me and my brother. So that would be him. Oh yeah, that's the female cardinal. Sorry, I got it mixed up. That would be my brother, and that would be me, and then the house represents my mom. And then I'm going to use all three of our initials. Because of the reasoning of that, sometimes it helps my grief, and sometimes my grief is just too strong for me to stitch on this, and I just can't do it. So in the long run, it's helping me work through that. So if you're new here, this is I don't want to call it a memorial. It's a tribute to my mom, but it does make me think of my brother. So I worked on the female cardinal. Let me find it again. The flowers underneath. And then I started filling in my house, and it is not showing up in this lighting really. The pink conch. But you can see it in person. It's not bright. It's not a bright pink. I've seen some that are that pop off the fabric a lot more, but with this fabric choice and my dye lot of the conch, it's a very subtle color. But in person, I think it looks beautiful, and I think it's exactly what my mom would like. And that's what is most important. So that doesn't seem like a lot. That was 3 days of stitching, but it was after my COVID shot. And also, it just takes a long time to work on that house, filling in that pink. So that's my Winter Rose Manor. Then I decided to, I had went to Hobby Lobby and had gotten the rest of the DMC I needed to continue on my Night of All Fears, which is A New World Part 1 by Barbara Anna, and I will put a picture up to show this chart better. So this is part of it. This is one of 5 parts, and I put in, okay, so I had to basically frog this 2 or 3 times, and then I messed up again. I messed up this part, and I just put it away. I was like, I can't keep frogging this. It's getting on my nerves. Everything I touched was going wrong. So then I said, okay, I'm putting this up. I'm getting out something else. So I got out my Santa's Village. And this is in a project bag I made with Ruby Star Society Flurry fabric. I need to make some more project bags. So I got out my Santa's Village. I haven't touched this in a while. My original goal was to do one a month. That hasn't happened. I want to get caught up during Jolly July and, you know, try to get, I probably won't get completely caught up, but I'd like to get caught up some more. But I'm working on if you watch Pam and Steph, you've already seen this because Stephanie is working on this same chart right now. North Pole Post Office. On mine, this is the second one because I stitch right to left. And this is on a massive piece, massive piece of, I don't even know. I'm sorry, I can't remember. This is I can't remember. I will look it up and I'll put it on the bottom of what fabric this is. But I got that much done. I started on the roof. Wrong color. I used the wrong color. So I have to frog that too. I used 435 and it was supposed to be 433, I believe. Something like that. And I looked at the chart and it for cohesiveness, it needs to be the right color. So I was like, I'm done. Mess up, this is the same day, mess up another chart. So I just put my cross stitching away that day. I said, I'm not stitching anymore, I'm frustrated, so that's making me mess up everything. So then the next day, I decided that I would pick something easy. Something that was less likely to mess up. And that is my Shine On cross stitch. I'll have to insert a picture because this is from the book and I don't have the book over here. So I'm stitching this on 25 count Cloud Lugana by Lori Holt. And what I worked on was this massive teal piece right here. And I already had a good bit of it started, so that's why it was easy to just go in and fill in. And that was really boring to stitch. Really boring. I love stitching all the rest of this, but that huge block of teal was like, ugh, I just want to get it done. And I thought about stitching a little bit and moving on to another motif and come back to it, and I thought no, because then every time I look at it, I'm going to feel that little pit of dread in my stomach and think, I need to go back and finish that teal ring. So I just trudged through and I worked on it and I finished it before I went to bed, and I actually started on this motif, and I worked on that again, see, yesterday morning. So the night, not last night, the night before, Parker had insomnia, and when he has insomnia, I'm up, and then I still get up like at 6 something when my husband gets up for work. So I was tired. It's like having a new baby. And if you are on my Instagram and you saw my stories, you already know this. So I was tired, and I put the stitches into that to finish that motif, and then I thought, oh, what am I going to work on? Well, I was watching Flosstube, and I was watching, let me get a drink of water, or a drink of tea. I need to do dishes, so I'm drinking out of this massive cup. This cup is like way too big. Anyway, I need to go wash dishes. I don't have a dishwasher. My kitchen's really small. We don't have room for a dishwasher, so I've been bad. I didn't wash dishes yesterday. I have a sign that I bought at a little store in my town. It's just a piece of wood where someone took a Cricut. The girls who run the store, they make things with their Cricut. Anyway, and it says, "The dishes are looking at me dirty again." And that's my life. I always have dirty dishes. So, anyway, I was watching Flosstube, and I was watching Hello from Liz Matthews, and she showed a chart from the Punch Needle Prim Stitcher magazine, which I have a subscription to, and it was a Barbara Anna design, Patriotic ABC, and it's the one, it has an eagle with ABCs, and I'll put a picture here because I printed out the chart for my digital subscription, so I do not have a printout of the actual picture because I don't want to waste ink. I just print out the pattern and the DMC list. So anyway, I was like, oh, I really want to stitch that. Even though I've looked at it so many times, and you know, it really wasn't on my radar. When she showed it, I got excited about it. So I printed out, and I went to my fabric bin to choose a fabric. Well, I pulled a few of the DMC so I could choose a fabric. I don't have all the colors, but I had some of the colors. So of course, I was in a mood, and for some reason, I decided that I was going to try a 40 count. I had a piece of 40 count Platinum Newcastle that I had bought when my husband and I went to cross stitch store about an hour or so away on our anniversary that I hadn't been brave enough to start yet. The highest count I've used is 32, and you know, it's the count doesn't bother me. It's just that Ada and 25 count Lugana is so much easier for me to stitch on because I don't have to think as hard about getting the holes because I do stitch in hand, and you know, well, you know, everybody's 40 counts look so cute, and I've never tried it, and I'm just gonna try it. So I felt like I need to have a graduation ceremony with a graduation hat with the graduation song playing because I have graduated to 40 count. Now, not for every project, but for this particular project, I love it. This is what I've got done so far. And you see I've got a little bit of outline of the eagle, some of the middle. Now, this color I did not have. It is DMC, I think it's 779, and I used 08. So once I started filling it in, I don't think it's going to pop as much as the 779 would have, but I just wanted to use what I had from my stash, and I still think it's going to be pretty. I am loving it. Oh, and I also put it in a hoop. I started it with stitching in hand, and I felt like the holes are so small, I was having trouble seeing the holes, so I put it on a hoop, and it was so much easier once I put it on a hoop. And it's weird going from the sewing method to the stabbing a hoop, but after a while I got used to it, and I love this. I don't want to put it down. I wish I could finish it like today. Of course that's not going to happen, but I love it so much, and I don't think it's going to fit in this hoop. And the piece of fabric I bought, this is as wide as it was. This is my back. This is as wide as it was, and it was a long piece. So I can't really use a bigger hoop, so I won't, if it doesn't fit in this hoop all the way, I can't do a hoop finish. But I do think it would be cute in a hoop finish with a ribbon hanging it like that. So I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of myself for trying it, and I'm using one strand over two. So, yeah, I call this baby's first 40 count. And my first sampler, reproduction sampler, I call it baby's first sampler. So, getting there, y'all. Be a bona fide cross stitcher. So that's it for my cross stitch whips. I do have a quilting whip, and last week I showed that I had started working on my flying geese for the week 2 of Serendipity quilt along with Fat Quarter Shop. You can see my little markings there, so I just brought this print out so you can see it. So I have started assembling these parts. I just have a few, and I'm using Folktale by Layla Boutique and Vanilla Moda Grunge as my background. So basically they all have like a little bit of variation on the way they're placed. So I have 4 done, and I have 3 more to go before I can make the complete blocks to assemble. So I'm really liking that quilt along. I feel like once I finish these blocks, I may take a break and make some project bags or something, and then go back and work on week 3. Week 4 gets released today or tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow, but usually when it's Saturday, they go ahead and release it on a Friday. So we'll see. And I have a couple of things I want to show you. The first one is I'm going to be putting away my spring decor, and I bought this at Hobby Lobby, and this is not cross stitching. I just love it, and I want to share it with y'all. You may have seen it at Hobby Lobby, but this is my bunny picture, which I like it because it has glasses like me. It's a pale pink, and I just put this on my mantle with some other stuff, and I just loved it. So it's going up with the spring decor, or the Easter decorations in my garage, so I just want to show it. Another thing I wanted to show was my Alice bag. I used to make a lot of purses, and now before I show you this, just know, 1, it's been in storage. 2, this has been well loved. I used this for probably 6 months, and I've washed it in the washing machine, so it is not pristine. Okay, but this is my Alice bag. It's a little, I'm gonna pull the edges out, and so this is from, I used to be in a quilt club called the Crafty Gemini Quilt Club. If you are a quilter, you may know Crafty Gemini. I think she does more clothing stuff now, but she used to do a lot more quilting, and she had a quilt club, online quilt club. And this was, I think, the first or second pattern that was a club exclusive. And I have made so many of these bags, it's not even funny, because I used to make them and sell them. But these are quilted panels, and then you add it to the background, and it's made out of the foam that a lot of people make their project bags out of, so it gives it body. But I love this fabric. I think it was Rifle Paper Company. So I purposely did the quilting where you could see Alice. And then I have a gold zipper with the black and white, and then the pink and metallic polka dot, and I love this bag. I love it. I wore it out. But I was looking at it the other day, and I was like, you know, maybe I should start wearing my Alice bag again, even though it is well loved. But I used to make these and sell them. People would just custom order, so they would say, can you make me a Mickey Mouse, or can you make me, I sold a lot for diaper bags because they have these big pockets. They would just tell me what theme they wanted, and I would make it either for a personal bag or a diaper bag. But anyway, I stopped doing that because I was spending so much time on it, and I couldn't really charge what my time was worth. I was basically charging for materials and just a little bit over for my time, so I was making like $1 an hour for making these, so I stopped. And I got tired of making them because I made so many. But anyway, that's my Alice bag. The other thing I want to show you is a quilt top. This is different than the Serendipity fabric. This was a Pat Sloan quilt along, and I cannot remember what it was called. No, not Be My Neighbor. I'll look it up because she has these quilt alongs, and then you can go to her, I think it's called I Love to Quilt or I Love to Make Quilts page, and you can look them up and you can do any of her quilt alongs that she's posted there, and they're all free. She has great instructions. And this is wrinkly because it's been in storage. Well, I'm just going to hold it up and then I'll show a picture of the whole thing. So basically, my border fabric, this is a Tula Pink from the Homemade line. And then my background is also Tula Pink fabric. And then, I didn't plan this out very well. So, these are the blocks. Hopefully you can see that. I'm just going to move it up like this. Hopefully, that's really hard to see. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to pause this, move my camera, and try to get this full thing. Be right back. Okay. So, this is the top half. And I love solids. It looks super crooked. Why does it look so crooked? Okay, so let me roll it up. I just wanted to do happy colors, so that's what this is all about. This is about happy colors. And then there's the bottom. I loved making this quilt. Okay. So that's my quilt top. And I have a box of, like, you know, quilting whips with different blocks that, you know, maybe I haven't pieced the whole quilt, or I just have like a quarter or a half of the quilt done. But that's the one top that I have that is completely put together that I need to quilt. I have the backing for it, I have the batting for it. I just need to take the time and baste it, and I hate basting. It doesn't matter. Pin basting, spray glue, it doesn't matter. I hate it. Sorry, my phone just sent me a notification. So anyway, I need to get that done. So I just hate basting quilts. So on to what's next on my list. Haul. This is gonna be a longer video than I thought. So I don't have much haul, but what I did is Fat Quarter Shop. Sorry, y'all. Something on that quilt's making my nose itch. There we go with the ums. You could make a drinking game out of Flosstube and people saying but you would end up in the hospital with alcohol poisoning. So don't do that. Fat Quarter Shop is having a sell away Stitch Mania stitch along, and when I saw this bag, I had to have this bag. It was so cute. It is so cute, and it's one of their mesh bags with the box corner. Okay, sorry about that. I had to delete some videos in order to keep filming. I have no idea where it cut off, so hopefully I can edit it. Anyway, Fat Quarter Shop is having a sell away Stitch Mania sale, and this bag is part of the products they were offering for that sale, and I fell in love with it. It's one of the mesh bags with the wide bottom, and I just thought it was so cute, whether I did the sale or not, and it has that on both sides. I just love the bag. So, Fat Quarter Shop mystery stitch alongs. I haven't, even the regular pattern, sometimes it's just the blocks of color are so big, I just get overwhelmed and I just don't love it. So I don't know why I decided I need to do this owl, because I should, you know, my gut says, Crystal, don't do it. You're not going to finish it, whatever. But I just love the floss pack. So I bought the floss pack. The Week Style Works, or not Week Style Works, Color and Cotton. I love the colors, and I liked the pattern hint. Why am I doing quotes? It was literally a hint. I like the hint that they showed, which looked like a lighthouse, a boat, and looks like maybe a crab or a lobster, probably a crab. And but it came out today, and I just don't know. I think I'm gonna wait. They showed the preview today is basically the border, which doesn't show you anything. So I'm gonna wait until the next release next week and see if I actually want to do it. Because if I don't, these are beautiful colors, and I can use these on other projects. Bing Cherry, I have Bing Cherry from the Valentine stitch that they did, and it's a beautiful color. So, I mean, you can't go wrong with grays, navies, white, and yellow. It'll work for any patriotic piece. So, it's okay. If I don't do it, I don't do it. So, I'll see if I think it's something I'm actually going to stitch. Stay tuned. That's it for haul. For the giveaway, I have not heard from last week's winner, so I will give them one more week to respond. I still have to mail out the giveaway winner before that, so I'm sorry I haven't got that mailed out. Hopefully I will today. I do have to go to the post office. And today's giveaway winner was, I don't have it with me, but it was for the floss. And it is Fifth Daughter. I'll insert the picture here. And she commented about my Michael's prayer. And she mentioned that the color she had was not the same as my color, and we actually chatted on Instagram, and I told her what color I had, and she Googled it, and she found out, or she searched for it, and she figured out that it was actually a mistake in the chart, because I couldn't remember how I ended up with that color. I didn't know if I chose it or what, but maybe I Googled it and picked it. I can't remember. That was like, if y'all have migraines, you'll understand, like, migraine brain and like memory loss. It's very aggravating to not be able to remember things, but I could not remember. So congratulations, Jennifer, Fifth Daughter. Just message me on Instagram your mailing address, and I will get your floss out to you. So I'm happy you won. I mean, I'm happy anybody wins, but, you know, congratulations. They're hopefully I lost my train of thought. Anyway, I don't have a giveaway this week, and the reason I don't have a giveaway is because I'm behind on mailing my other giveaway. So, and with the person who hasn't gotten back with me yet, I may have that one, and then I have Jennifer. So I want to give myself a chance to catch up on those giveaways, and then I'll do a giveaway next time. So, the segment I forgot to do last time was wish list. So if you're sticking with me, I have a few things to show you from wish list. Now, this is not every single thing I saw that I thought was beautiful. This is just things that really caught my eye. So I'm going to get my list out, because I can't remember all these, because I have to look at my notes, because, you know, for the details. So the first thing on my wish list is Hands Across the Sea pattern. And the thing is, I love all the Hands Across the Sea. So when it actually comes time for me to buy one to do my first Hands Across the Sea sampler, I don't know which one I'm going to pick. They're all so beautiful. And what I love about them are the bright colors that she does. They're just so beautiful. I love bright colors. As if you can't tell from that quilt I showed you, I love bright colors. So the one that I wanted to share on my wish list is Ellen Martha Whiting 1829, and that's a new release that Nicola has. And then I also have written down Matilda Swallow 1820. So I'll have to look and see if I have pictures of both of those. Obviously, I love both of those, so I'll insert pictures. And as I mentioned before, wish list isn't, it's things that I see on social media that I really love and I would like to stitch or purchase or participate in. Doesn't mean I will, it just means that it caught my eye and I really loved it. So the next one is a new release by Bent Creek called Patriotic Tiny Town, and this is completely different than the Hands Across the Sea sampler, but it's just a cute chart. I don't think Kiki's happy about her. Yeah.
Oh God,
she's not happy about appearing on camera. Patriotic Tiny Town, so I'll insert that picture. The next one is a quilt along called Midnight Garden, and I believe it's a quilt kit that's being offered. I've seen it on Fat Quarter Shop, and I've seen it on an Instagram page, which is probably what I'm going to link, is Happy Little Stitch Shop, or Happy Little Quilt Shop. I think it's Happy Little Quilt Shop. And yeah, no, Happy Little Stitch Shop is what I wrote down. So it's, the fabric is called Midnight Garden. No. Okay. Kiki's appearance flustered me. The pattern is Midnight Garden. The fabric is Indigo Garden, I believe. That's what I have wrote down. And also, if you haven't seen it already, Owl Forest Embroidery is doing a free stitch along, and it is an Alice in Wonderland stitch along. Just a second. Okay. So, I have never read Alice in Wonderland. I just showed you my Alice bag, but I fell in love with the fabric. I've seen the movies, but I've never read the book. So I'm like, does that make me a poser to do an Alice stitch along if I've never read the book? I don't know. I feel kind of guilty about that. So I looked at it. I don't have a piece of fabric big enough to do that stitch along, but I love it. And maybe, and they've released the first free part, and it's so pretty. So I'll see. Maybe, maybe later on I can get a bigger piece of fabric and the floss and start it. If not, I can enjoy watching everybody else stitch it. So we'll see. And then that was all the ones I had from last week that I forgot. And I have one more to add to the wish list this week, and that is a release that came out today from Lindy Stitches. It's so pretty, y'all. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get this pattern. Now, I may not get it right now because I have so many new charts from Expo, but it is called Tread Softly, and it has an owl on a branch, and it has poetry on it from, and I wrote this down so I didn't get it messed up, William Butler Keats, and it's so beautiful. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. It's gorgeous. I really want to stitch that. I mean, I love all these, but that one's in the forefront of my mind because I just saw it this morning. So that's it for wish list. And I'm not sure where to put that in the video. I'm like, does it go before haul, after haul? I don't know. So we'll see. But I like sharing those things. So as for plans, let me think. I don't really have any specific plans. I do have one chart completely kitted up from Expo, and that is Butterfly Cloche from Hello from Liz Matthews. And that's the only thing that I have 100% kitted that would be something that I would maybe start before my next video. I don't know. I kind of wanted to wait either till Mother's Day or my birthday. My mom and I share a birthday in May, and I thought that I would celebrate that with a new start or Mother's Day. So it depends on how patient I am, because Mother's Day comes first and then our birthday is later this month. Which is fun. Sharing a birthday with my mom is fun. When I was little, I'll be 41. I forgot how old I was for a second. I'll be 41. And my mom will be 66. And when I was little, I'll try to insert a picture here. We would like share a birthday cake. I probably have a couple pictures I can add in. It's just fun. You know, a birthday cake would always say something like Mommy and Crystal, or Kathy, her name's Kathy and Crystal, or something like that. And now, as I've gotten older, our little routine is either I'll call her first or she'll call me. Either way, I'll say happy birthday Mommy, and she'll say happy birthday baby, or whatever. And it's just something fun. So when we used to live in different states, so unless I was traveling from, you know, we didn't celebrate together. But now that we're in the same state again, as an adult, we're able to celebrate together. The only thing is, we like different flavors of cake. She likes vanilla and strawberry, and I like chocolate. So sometimes we just get 2 cakes, or, you know, now she'll say, oh, I don't need a whole cake. So I will get her like this little things from Walmart, like a little cake. Or one year I got her, they had these cupcakes that they put like 2 cupcakes and then they ice it to make like a little doggy, and of course she loves that. So I got her that. But anyway, I think we also like cheesecake, so maybe we'll just get a cheesecake together. But again, I would want something with chocolate and she would want something with strawberry. So anyway, that's it. I'm not doing Mania, but I'm just going to stitch what I feel like. I may join that fat quarter shop thing. I may not. Right now I want to work on this 40 count piece. I'm so excited. I just, you know, I'm just over the moon about that. It's so, the stitches are so, I want to show it again. They're so tiny. And it's so funny. Let me get out my Winter Rose Manor, which is on the 25 count Lugana. So I was trying to explain to my husband, I was like, look how tiny they are. And he's just like, yeah, it's tiny. But let me find a piece where you can really see. It's so funny, the difference in the stitch. Like, I don't know, is that focusing? But the little motifs, I mean, it's just crazy. And my dog's about to bark because they hear the trash truck next door at the cheeseburger house. That's the name of the restaurant. I have nothing to hide. I have no privacy. Y'all know my name. You can Google me and find out anything about me. But the restaurant I live next door is called the Cheeseburger House. And it's a mom and pop restaurant. And they're open for lunch and dinner. And Mosey, their specialty is cheeseburgers. So a lot of times I'll go out at like say 10:30 and they'll be frying the bacon, and it smells so good. It smells good a lot of times. It smells like bacon, just cheeseburgers, onion rings. It smells really good. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great week. Thank you for sticking with me this long. If you have, my dogs are about to go nuts, so I'm going to end this here. I'll see you next time.